Hello, my name is Valerie and I will be teaching you how to write a memorandum today. The purpose of a memorandum is to bring attention to a problem and address a solution. Memorandums are often referred to as just a memo. Memos help to avoid miscommunication in messages that occur with verbal communication. Memos represent a major form of communication as they leave a paper trail. In other words, it is a document that can be referenced to when needed. For English 235, we currently have an extra credit assignment to write a memorandum regarding your plan moving forward in the class. Here lists a few things to keep in mind. Make sure your memorandum remains in APA format with Times New Roman in 12-point font. If you add sources to your memo, it gets titled as a reference page instead of a works cited page. Just like a normal essay, a memo consists of an introduction, body, and conclusion.
Understanding how to write a memo can help in other classes that may require one. In the business field, it helps sound more professional and ensures a direct approach. The purpose of a memo shows to inform while effectively getting your point across, so it becomes important to stay organized. To ensure you use the correct memo format, I will instruct you on how to do one. Step 1. Create a header. Your header should look like the following. 2. Name and title. From, your name. Date the assignment gets turned in. Subject. Using about 5 to 6 words, state your memo's purpose precisely. For example, 2. Professor Garrow. From, Valerie Ali. Date, April 2nd, 2020. Subject, how to write a memorandum. Step 2. Begin with an introduction. Your introductory paragraph should set up the memo's main points as well as state how the memo structures as organized. Do not indent paragraphs. Your memo should consist of single-spaced lines with double spacing in between paragraphs. Here is an example of how your paragraph should look like. Everything should be flush to the left. Step 3. Create a header for any additional pages. If your memo exceeds 1 page, the top of every additional page should look like this: the recipient's name, the date, and the page number. For example, Professor Garrow, April 2nd, 2020, page 2. Step 4. Get your point across. The purpose of a memo represents delivering information effectively without using too much details. You must convey a message using the fewest possible words. Here lists a few ways to shorten your sentences. Instead of using as of now or at the present time, use now. Instead of using due to the fact, on account of, seeing as how, the reason is because, you can use because. Instead of using despite the fact that, you can use although. Instead of using during the course of, just use during. Instead of using in regards to, use about or concerning. And instead of using the reason why, just simply say why. Step 5. Use an active voice instead of a passive voice. By eliminating to be verbs, you switch from using a passive voice to an active voice. These verbs include am, is, are, was, were, and be. To be verbs come off as weak, and using them too much can bore your reader. Eliminating them can help get your point across in an effortless way. The different forms of a subject are present, past, future, present perfect, and past perfect. Here is an example of how to be verbs are used in the simple present tense.